Hi, my name is Tony Van Veen, CEO of Discmakers. Look, I know, 2020 has been a challenging year, to say the least. You probably lost money from not gigging, and I imagine you're probably not too excited about your musical prospects for the rest of the year. Well, how about we try to turn that frown upside down by releasing a successful album this fall, ready to sell with time to spare before Christmas? You get to connect with fans, get to make up some lost income, get to be creatively engaged. In order to help you with that, I wrote a detailed how-to article on the Discmakers blog, and I also created a downloadable Excel calendar with the daily activities that you need to follow. The article and calendar include details not just on recording and manufacturing and distribution, but also on promotion, marketing, and how to sell effectively to make your release a success. You can get the article and download the calendar at the link in the video description below. So how exactly do you record and release and promote an album between now and Christmas and make it a success? Hang on to your hat. I'm going to run through it quickly. Now I'm going to assume that you have songs ready to record at this point in time, because if you have to start composing an album's worth of songs now, you're probably not going to have time to get it done before Christmas. So go into the studio, pick your best songs, and start the first week of October because you don't have any time to waste. Plan for the recording and mixing to take about 3 weeks, which is plenty of time, but not a ton of time. And while in the studio, get your photos done for your album artwork and write down your credits, your liner notes, and any lyrics that you want to put in your album graphics. What's super important with this whole process, if you want your release to be a success, is that you start engaging your fans right from the start with social media posts, pictures, stories, and videos about your time in the studio. Let them see you. Let them hear your studio adventures. Let them hear snippets of what you're recording. Fan engagement is key as you build up excitement for your album release. After 3 weeks, let's say around October 21st, your mix should be done and you place your order for CDs with Discmakers. You should get your project professionally mastered and designed. And since we can do both, so for the sake of this video, let's assume that we do them for you at Discmakers in addition to your disc manufacturing. Now, here's a key tip. Early on in the process, you'll be getting audio and design proofs. Don't sleep on those proofs. If they're not approved within 24 hours, or if you start making lots of corrections and changes that will lead to multiple proofs, you'll start running into delays that can affect your release date. So in all, your manufacturing should be able to get done in 3 to 4 weeks, including all the proofing. Now, it's important that during the manufacturing, you continue to share info on social media. Share your design proofs, for example, or continue to share band stories on what you're doing to get ready for your album release. Now, while your discs are being manufactured, we at Discmakers are doing all the work. That means it's time for you to start getting serious about selling your product as soon as it's out. So start by setting up or updating your Bandcamp page where you'll want to sell your physical media. Then set up your album profile on CD Baby, where you need to decide first, are you going to do this as an exclusive physical only release? Or do you want to go broad and go with digital streaming as well? And you need to make sure that your email list is cleaned up and good to go. And one more thing, this is essential nowadays for a successful album release. You have to choose your best song and launch it as a digital-only single. Because nowadays, nobody just drops a surprise album anymore, unless maybe you're Beyonce. A single is one of the best ways to hype your album. It gives fans something to get excited about. It gives them something to talk about on socials. It gives you something to talk about on socials and in email, and it gets them excited for your album. And when your CDs are finished, let's say around mid-November, send them to CD Baby for distribution. Now be sure, and this is important, when you're setting up that title at CD Baby, to set a release date that gives you time to promote and do pre-order. So you have to set a release date. In our case, in 2020, that will be December 4th, Friday, December 4th. And once that's set up, there's more promo work to be done. Start by setting up a pre-order campaign on your Bandcamp page that allows fans to buy your CD before it's released. set up a Spotify pre-save, which you can do through CD Baby's Show.co service. Submit your tracks for Spotify's Release Radar and other algorithmic playlists on other sites that as soon as your album drops, your tracks will drop in your fans' playlists on whatever streaming service that they listen to. And then by late November, it's time to do an email blast or two announcing your December 4th album release. And in those emails as well, since your album's not yet out, send fans to your Bandcamp to pre-order your physical media. Now, here's a fun, cool wild card that you can choose to do, but it's not for everybody. You can do some awesome, engaging live streaming events via a platform like Twitch or Facebook Live or YouTube Live or all of the above. For example, several weeks before your album comes out, you can do a live album listening party on these platforms, on Twitch. Your fans can interact with you through comments, you can answer some of their comments, they can give you feedback, and it's a fun community event. You can also, on your album release date, do an album release concert live stream for your fans. And if you do it via Twitch, they make it really easy for while your fans are watching your video live stream, them to buy your album on your Bandcamp page and buy any merch that you have. Now, if you want to do a live stream, of course, you have to start figuring out early on, as early as while you're recording, how to do this and maybe try it and do some dry runs to make sure that these live streams go well. Then before you know it, your release date, in our case, December 4th, is here. Make sure you message your fans on socials and in emails that the album's out. Now, congratulations, your album is out with 20 selling days to spare before Christmas. But you're not done yet. In today's music market, it can take a while for an album to catch fire. It can take weeks, it can take months. I've heard albums that took a couple years to catch fire. And now that your album is out, you need to continue to doing your online promotions and marketing because the selling has just started. December 4th is not the end of the race, it is really the start of the race. It's a great time also to start experimenting with some paid marketing, paid social advertising, which you could do directly through Facebook or Insta, but you can also do through the Show.co marketing platform. Okay, that was a ton of info in a short period of time. There's actually more to it than even all the stuff I talked about, and it's all spelled out in my how-to blog article, which also includes a downloadable PDF of the article and my downloadable Excel calendar with day-by-day activities for you to follow. Sound like a lot of work? Yes, there's work to be done. But you have 90 days. If you spread the work out over the 90 days, it is manageable. And frankly, isn't the satisfaction of turning 2020 from suck to success worth a little bit of effort? If you're ready to get started, I and the rest of my team at Discmakers will be here for you whenever you're ready for us. I hope you found this helpful. See you next time.